All right, we're out here on the range today. We're gonna test some turkey loads, see what they pattern like based on at 40 yards. Cody, you see my shotgun?
Yeah.
You bring it? What? What's this? This isn't it. You got my shotgun? What the fuck is that? That's not it either. Oh, okay, it's right here. He's got it. All right, this is what we're going to be using today. It's the Winchester SX4. This is the 26-inch barrel model. We're going to test it out at 40 yards, and we're going to see how it patterns with various loads. This is a 3.5-inch version, semi-automatic. We're going to shoot some clays with it too, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're out here just fun first, shooting some clay pigeons. We're shooting some Federal 2.5-inch, or I'm sorry, 2 3/4-inch field loads out of my SX4 here. I'm gonna hand throw some clays. I got the Longbeard XR Carlson's tube in here for clay pigeons, just for fun. All right, let's see how I do. I haven't shot clay pigeons in a long time, so not bad, not bad. That one. Go again. All right, we're gonna shoot some targets now and quit messing around with clay pigeons. All right, guys, so we're gonna test the turkey loads now. We got 3 chokes here. We got my SX4, and we got 3 different kinds of shells. I asked you guys what you wanted to see. You wanted to see some TSS shells, the new ones, so I got Federal Premiums, 3.5-inch. These are 7-shot TSS heavyweight at 1,200 feet per second. And those are the expensive ones. You guys also wanted to see cheap versus expensive, and a lot of you guys requested these hand loads from a friend that I got too. I got 3 of those also. Then here's the cheap version, which is a lead shot 3.5-inch Winchester Longbeard XR, and I believe 4-shot. So we're going to test those too. These are also 3.5-inch. Now these are only 2 3/4. They're 8.5-shot tungsten. Also, I believe they're a TSS. I had them load them in the clear shells so you can see through them. They're actually high brass. So we're going to test these ones up against these two. So these are the cheap ones. They're about $27 for a 10-round box. These, as you can see, are $80 for 5 rounds. And these were about, if you had to buy them, because they're a home load done at home, I would say like his cost on making the shells is around $8 a piece. So we got cheap, expensive, and then a home load to test out today. And then if you want to come over here to the chokes, we got a couple different ones. We got the Winchester factory full choke. These are all in Vector Plus chokes that work in the SX4. This one comes with a gun, so I wanted to test that out to see how crappy it really is that everybody says, you know. Then we got 2 Carlsons here. We have first the Cremator and .715 restriction. It's a long range. And then we also have the Longbeard XR tube from Carlson's. These are both ported. They say that the Longbeard XR shells with the Longbeard tube, you're supposed to get an effective range of 60 yards. We're gonna see that today. I'm not really sure. I've already patterned these. I don't really agree with that. We'll see. The Longbeard XR choke tube is in a .665 restriction, and this factory one, I'm not super sure on the restriction for that, but it looks a lot less than 665 and a lot less than 715. So we'll see about that. Without further ado, we're going to get to testing here at 40 yards. I got targets set up. I got a 10-inch circle on the outside ring and then a 2-inch circle for the inside ring, and we're going to pattern them. Now this gun shoots a little bit high, so I'm going to shoot a little bit low in the circle. We're going to see how they pattern, and we're going to show you guys what they do after we shoot it, see which one's the best, and then we're going to get an overall consensus on what shells work best with what tubes out of this specific gun. Stay tuned. Okay, first one up, we're going to do the Longbeard XR with the Longbeard XR choke tube at 40 yards. Make sure my safety's off. Here we go. All right, well, it looks like the target moved a little bit, but so we kind of missed the center here a little bit. Oh, well, actually a lot, not a little bit. But the pattern's up here, so it looks like a pretty good pattern at 40 yards. I mean, there's not a whole lot of scatter down here. We got a nice pattern, excuse me, nice pattern up here. But, and I kind of missed, and that gun kicks really bad because it only weighs like 6.8 pounds, and that's a big shell, and I'm shooting a whole bunch, and it's gonna suck. So we're gonna do the hand loads next here with the Carlson's long beard tube. And stay tuned.
To you. It's just easier.
Okay, this is the Longbeard XR tube with the house or home load, custom load at 40 yards, high brass, 2 3/4. Ooh, that kicks pretty good for a 2 3/4. Let's go take a look. All right, guys, so like I said before, I patterned this gun and it shoots high. Well, apparently I need to aim even lower because I'm still hitting way too high. So this is the house load. It did pretty good. There's not very many stragglers. That's a really good pattern at 40 yards. Wow, I'm pretty impressed by that for 8.5 shot. For not being big shot. But the next one we're gonna do is Federal Premium. All right, now it's the Federal Premium. These are kind of neat. These are 3.5 inch heavyweight TSS. It's got a little spur measurement on there for your turkey. That's really cool. I never seen that on a shell before or anything. That's pretty neat. They put that on there. Holy. Okay, the next one we're going to do is the Cremator choke tube. Wow, that does have a really good pattern. Holy crap. That's pretty decent though. So I aimed the whole way down here at 40 yards with that SX4. I did shoot it off the rest this time. So just so I could get a little bit stable or shot and not be shooting high, well, which I did not shot high. But we're going to go ahead and do the Cremator choke now with Longbeard XR shells at 40 yards. So here we go. All right, I know this is a waterfowl choke, the Cremator, but my dad has had some decent luck with it. So that's why I decided to use it today on this test. All right, I hit high again. I aimed real low this time, but this is a waterfowl choke. The shot is really spread out. I aim down here again, and I am shooting from a rest, but this is 40 yards. So we're gonna do the custom load next with the Cremator. So the Cremator isn't as tight as the Longbeard XR tube. As you can see, it's a little more spread out. So we're gonna do the custom load next, see how it does. So another thing, did I notice a difference between the ported being like a muzzle brake and just a flush mount of the kick? No, I don't really think it does very much. It just looks cool. That's about it. But we're gonna go ahead and shoot this custom home load, 40 yards, factory Winchester choke tube. Man, they do. They belt you pretty good. All right. That one didn't do bad. There's a lot of shot in that thing because it is 8.5 shot. Not bad though. We're gonna do the Federal Premium Heavyweight next with the cool spur measure on the side. The home load. Sorry you guys if I miss, but I'm trying. I kind of decided to do 40 yards because some people only shoot 30, but those shells are advertised at 60, so I decided to split the difference and just do 40. And I'm trying here, so here we go. I'm aiming pretty low at this target. That looks like a good one right there.
Chewy.
All right, so this one did pretty good. Wow, that's a really good pattern. So again, I aim down here. Wow. Next is the Federal Heavyweight with this Cremator choke. Subscribe, please. Cremator with Federal Heavyweight TSS. Here we go. Aim low at it and get melted in the shoulder. All right, guys, so that was the Federal Heavyweight TSS, 40 yards, Cremator tube, pretty good. Once again, I'm aiming the whole way down here because these guns shoot high, which it took me a couple targets, sorry guys, to figure out, but we'll still get a good review video out of this. Next we're doing the factory Winchester SX4 full choke tube with the Longbeard XR. All right, guys, so everybody says, oh, my wrench is up here, that these choke tubes suck for patterning. Well, I didn't even shoot it yet, and I know they suck because you got to use a stupid wrench to put it in. The gun is unloaded, just to be sure. I checked it already. Get rid of these stupid choke tubes that flush fit. They are dumb. You have to use a dumb wrench. I'll tell you what, that is so time consuming. It's terrible. Just get a Carlson's tube. We're not sponsored by them. They're ported. They stick out. I even have a regular turkey one we're not testing today. Non-ported and it sticks out. You don't even need a wrench. It has slots for a wrench. Put a little anti-seize on here like you see I have. It'll come right out with your fingers. It's fine. Okay, factory Winchester. Let me double check, make sure this is tight. I'll get my wrench out here, guys. Okay. With the Longbeard XR. I better put my hearing protection on. Put my safety off. And here we go. Let's go check it out. All right, so the factory tube. Oh, yikes. That's not bad, but it's really, really wide. It's worse than the Cremator one. All right, we're doing the custom load next, guys. 2 3/4, and I'll tell you what, for a 2 3/4 shell, I know they're high brass, but they belt you just as good as a 3.5 inch. So we're gonna see if you even need 3.5 inches necessary with these only 2 3/4. Except for the target loads.
Where did they go?
Huh? Okay, Federal Premium TSS factory Winchester full choke tube. This gun must really weigh all these empties because I don't, other than my target loads I shot, I don't see them. Here we go. Oh, yeah, my shoulder hurts today. Okay, that's the last one for today.
Factory Winchester SX4 full. Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Let's see if we can find any of these empties. Because like I'm shooting here, I mean, I've got my field loads here. There's one out here. Here's one of the home loads. There's another one. There's all three of them. Man, it kicks them things out. Look how far away that is. That's like 20 feet almost. Where the heck are the rest of them? There's one. There's a long-beard XR. Even further away. So that shows you this gun kicks these shells out. There's the other one. There's another long-beard XR. Oh, there's a Federal. Oh, there's all three of the Federals. That's crazy. It throws them all in the same spot. So all the Federals landed about over here. All the Winchesters were over here. And then all the home loads were right up here at a little bit shorter of a distance. That's kind of cool to see. Look at that. There's all three of them. All three of them were up here. That's really cool to see the consistency of the loads from even factory or these household loads. So they were really consistent also. That's really cool. A lot of people don't look at that stuff. That's super cool. Wow. I didn't think it threw them that far away, but that's really neat, guys. All right, guys, so we're done with the video here. We got all the shots shot. I just wanted to add too, when I found all those shells about in the same spot per manufacturer, I didn't even shoot them in order either. I shot them in order of choke tube. So they were all out of order, which they still, that blows my mind. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the targets here. First, we're gonna go over the Carlson's Longbeard XR choke tube with the Federal Premium. It looked like it did pretty well at 40 yards given. And then with the custom loads, that held a pretty decent pattern compared. Here's the other two. This is the Longbeard XR, which I did shoot a little bit high on that, guys, which it did hold a pretty good pattern up here. But the Federal Premium did do pretty good, and so did the home load. I mean, these two are really high, but that's a pretty decent pattern here for the Carlson's Longbeard XR choke tube. Now we're gonna come over and look at the factory Winchester full tube. Let's get these out of the way. We don't confuse them. So we have the Federal Premium, we have the custom load, and then we have Longbeard XR. So the Longbeard XR, it looks like it hit in the center. It didn't do so hot though. Now this is not as constricted of a choke tube as the Longbeard XR. It's 665. This is 715. This isn't even the Cremator. This is the factory Winchester full. Not so hot on this one, on the Longbeard XR. The custom load, decent, because it does have a smaller shot and there's more in it. So, I'd say it's better. And then we have the Federal. It did pretty decent with the Federal, I would say. So I would definitely probably pick this target out of all of them. We're gonna probably pick the best ones. So we're gonna go back to this one on which one we thought did the best. So out of all these, I'd say this one also had the best pattern. This is a close second. And this is the second on this one. So we're gonna come over to the last one here with the Cremator, the Federal Premium. Pretty decent pattern. The custom load did really good, I think so. Wow. And then the Longbeard XR with the Cremator wasn't so hot. So we're gonna vote that one out. I mean, I know it's high, but there's not much pattern there, and there's a lot of scatter. So I would probably go with I mean, this one has bigger BBs in it, but this one has more. I'd probably go with the custom load for the winner on that one, and that's a second. So this is just my opinion, guys. I know I didn't do very consistent shooting or anything. This is just on this video as a test to show you guys. And I didn't want to shoot off a rest. I've seen a lot of people shoot, you know, off a gun vise or a lead sled. I don't want to do that because you're not going to shoot off of that in the woods shooting a turkey. You might shoot off your knee or a tree. So the first couple shots I did just shoot freehand, and then the last couple because I was not hitting super great, and I needed to remember how actually low you have to shoot these guns. I shot off that railing. So let's see here. Out of these three that I picked, I would probably say that this is the winner out of all of them. The Carlson's Longbeard with the Federal Premium Heavyweight. I would say that like that pattern is really good, and I'm gonna say the next best one, number 2 overall, is the custom load with the Cremator. And then last but not least is the factory Winchester SX4 full with Federal Heavyweight. So altogether, those shells are pretty decent for the price. They really are. But I just want to go ahead and give a lot of credit to the custom loads because they're only 2 3/4 inch shells with high brass. To compete with top of the line $18 per shell shot, that's really good. And I know it has more shot in it, but it's also tungsten. I would say those are actually really good loads. Like that's really impressive. And even out of a cremator tube that's made for waterfowl, not turkeys, that's good. So that's all we got for you today, guys. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. This video kind of costed some money to make. And if you want to keep seeing them, subscribe so we can, you know, keep you coming with more videos like this. And if you want to see more, we want to do more gun reviews and stuff. But I think I'm going to carry some Federal Premium and maybe even some custom home loads come turkey season here in a couple weeks. Thanks for watching.
All right, got this all set up. Gonna take some shots. What the?
Oh, you already got this set up for me. Sweet.
What the heck? That was for me, dude.
Oh, well, you can still be for you because I didn't hit any of them.